Hi, I'm Becky Cole, and today we're going to be taking a look at punch needling. It's going to be a complete beginner's guide. I'm going to show you exactly what tools you're going to need, lots of tips and tricks, and we're going to create this beautiful rainbow picture. Okay, so for punch needling, we're not going to need a huge number of tools, just a small select few. And obviously the most important is your punch needle. So what we have here is a little screw with numbers down the side. And what we can actually do is adjust our screw here, which changes the length of our needle at the end. So you can decide how big you want your loop. So the longer the needle, the longer the loop. So I'm going to set mine here. So you want to use the appropriate size needle for the size material that you're using. So the narrow one could be used with embroidery floss, and this one could be used with thin yarn or thicker embroidery floss. The other thing that you will get with your punch needle is a threader. So this is just a loop of fine wire with a pull at one end. This is what we're going to use to thread our needle, and I'm going to go and show you how to do that in just a minute. You're going to need some fabric in which you're going to do your embroidery onto. If you're using a thick needle like we are today and thick yarn, you want something similar to this, which is mugs cloth. So this is a woven fabric similar to tapestry fabric, embroidery fabric, but what it has nice wide holes so that the needle isn't going to tear your fabric. And finally, you're going to need your hoop. So you want a decent quality embroidery hoop that isn't going to slip. Keeping the tension in your fabric is really, really important. And if you've got a slippy hoop, then you're going to struggle to keep the tension. Finally, we're going to need some yarn. So what's great about punch needling is the more abrasive the yarn, the wool will grip onto itself. So this is a great way of using up those scratchy bits of yarn that you really don't know what you're going to do with. Okay, so our first step is to thread up our punch needles. So we want to get our yarn, so I'm going to start with some red. I have my needle and I've set my needle length to the longest length, and I've got my threader. Now I'm going to insert the needle threader up through the bottom of the needle. So we're going from the bottom of the needle out the top. Okay, so there's the loop of our wire. I'm just going to pass the yarn through that loop there. I'm going to pull this tab and I'm going to pull the yarn back through. And if you're using a material that is too thick for your needle, you won't be able to get it through there. So you will know straight away. Don't tug, because it should come through quite easily. These aren't the strongest, so if you tug too much, you might end up breaking them. So the next thing to do is to get our yarn through the little hole on the side of our needle. So what I'm going to do is just fold my yarn down so that the hole is clear. And I'm going to pass my needle threader through the hole from the top of the needle through to the side where the yarn is. And now I'm going to pop the yarn through the loop and just feed the yarn through. And that is our needle ready to go. Okay, so the next step is to transfer your design to your fabric. So I've just traced out my rainbow shape, and I've just used a felt tip pen on this because we're going to be covering all the pen with the yarn anyway. But if you are worried about your pen showing through, then use a fabric marker. And the next thing to do is to hoop up the fabric. So we separate our two halves of our hoop. So we've got a screw at the top for tightening. I'm going to pop the solid hoop underneath and just line it up so that the design is central inside the hoop. I'm going to pop the split hoop over the top and just push it down. Tighten up the hoop a little bit. Now we're going to just pull gently on the fabric. This fabric does fray quite a lot, so just be careful. And what we're after is a nice taut drum. And then we're ready to go. Okay, so a little health and safety tip. You can see I've popped a plaster on each of these 2 fingers. I haven't damaged myself. These are acting as thimbles. This is because the needle of the punch needle is incredibly sharp, and you are going to be working very close to these fingers behind the hoop. So my little tip is pop a plaster on each of your fingers to act as a thimble. As you build your confidence, you may find you don't need to do this, but if you're just starting out, my advice is to take this step. So to get started, you need to make sure you've got lots of yarn. We're going to start following this line of the rainbow. I'm going to start by popping the needle. So I'm working so that the yarn through the hole is following the line of the stitching. So I'm going to pop my needle in. I'm just going to turn it over and pull that tail of yarn out of the way, and I'm just going to grip it with my hands. So as I come back up through, I'm not lifting the needle from the fabric. I'm hardly lifting it at all, and I'm going to push it straight back in. If I turn it over, you can see that we've got this yarn here as well. So this is where your fingers come in very close to the needle. What I'm going to do is hold my fingers here as I pull the needle back out, and I'm actually gripping the loop. So here you can see the loop we've created. I'm going to grip that as I pull my needle back out, and I'm going to do the same thing. So you want to try and keep your stitches as uniform as possible and just go along the line. So if I turn it over, you can see now we're getting these large loops. So this gives us our alternative texture. So we can do this way and have flat on the other side and loops on this side, or we can do it the other way around and have the loops on the front. The other thing to make note of is to make sure that you have lots of loose yarn here. If this yarn gets tight, it won't feed through, and what it'll do is start pulling the loops back up through. We want to make the loops quite dense because this yarn is going to grip onto each other. So as you go, you'll find it easier and easier to keep the loops in place. So here you can see the action that my fingers are doing underneath and why I recommend protecting those fingers. So I'm gripping the loop as I pull the needle back up. Right, so I've come to my cloud, so I'm just spinning round and I'm going to follow my line round. So following the curve of the cloud. And now I'm going to go back up the other side. So effectively creating an outline. And as you can see, once you get the hang of it, it's a really quick craft. You can really whiz along with this and create some amazing pieces nice and quickly. Okay, so I've now gone all the way around my rainbow, and now I'm going to repeat the process going along the inside, following the line that I've already done. So making sure your stitches are nice and close to the original line. And as you fill it in, you'll find it easier and easier to do because the loops underneath, the yarn is going to start gripping onto itself. So those stitches start to feel a bit secure. So I've been continuing to go round in a framing motion, gradually filling the space, and now I've got these last few stitches. I want to keep going until all the white is gone so that the stitches are nicely packed in. So finished off our last stitch, and I'm going to leave the needle in the fabric and I'm going to just turn it over. So now we can see all our lovely loops all packed in. But to finish off, I'm going to come over to where my needle is and I'm going to pull the yarn through the needle, so not from here because you're going to undo your stitches, pulling it through the needle. So I've got a nice long tail. Okay, so we just then snip our yarn and we can pull our needle out safely. So now we can just trim off our tails. And that is our red completed. So now it's time to change the colour. So I'm going to pull the thread out of my needle, get my threader, and we're feeding it again up through the needle from the point out the other end. This time we're using orange. Pop the yarn through the loop, gently pull it through, and again fold the yarn down so that the hole is clear. Pop the threader through the hole, yarn through the loop and pull. And we're good to go with the orange. So again, make sure you've got lots of surplus yarn, like so. And we're going to make it start in exactly the same way. So I'm going to start going around this line, butting up against the red, because what will happen is the red loops and the red stitches are going to help hold the orange stitches in place. So I'm going to push my needle through and I'm going to grab my yarn tail like so, hold on to that and pull out. And again, I'm holding the needle very close to the fabric and I'm pushing it all the way through, so the full length of the needle, gripping it, lifting it out, pushing it through. So the rules of thumb are needle all the way through and just lifting it slightly off of the fabric and moving it along. So now I've completed my orange outline. So I'm just going to repeat this process as I did with the red and continue going around and around until it's all filled in. You then want to repeat that process with the other colours, so we can do a yellow and a green and a purple and a pink until all of your rainbow is filled in. And as you do each different colour, it's going to get progressively quicker as it's a slightly smaller space. Okay, so we've now completed our rainbow. We've done all of our rainbow colours. There we are, all nicely filled in. Now the next thing I'm going to do, and you don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it because I want this for my design, is I'm going to outline the rainbow and the clouds in blue. So I've already pre-threaded up my needle, so off we go, and we do it in exactly the same way. I'm going to start here, pull my yarn through. So I've pushed the needle through. As you can see, the loops from the red are actually overhanging the line that I'm going to be stitching. So as I'm going, I'm just going to hold these loops back a little bit as well. It doesn't matter too much if we pierce them with the needle, it just makes it a little bit trickier. So I'm going to hold those back at the same time. So doing it exactly the same way. So now I'm going to continue down and go around the outside of my cloud. This also has the added benefit of enabling us to see the outline of the clouds from the reverse of the fabric. Because when we do the clouds, we're going to turn the hoop over to create a different texture. Now along the underside of the rainbow. There we go. So again, to finish off, I'm going to pull the yarn through the needle. so. Snip, remove the needle, and then just trim off my ends. So there we have our outline. But what I'd like to do is actually turn this over and stitch from the reverse. So this nice fluffy feeling that we've got on this side, this nice fluffy texture, will actually make our clouds on the front. Okay, so now we're going to do our clouds. So I've threaded up my needle with my white yarn, ready to go, and I'm now working from the reverse side of our picture. Now, this outline has given us the added bonus that now we can see the outline of our clouds from this side, but obviously it's loopy, so you are going to have to pull these to one side to see the edge. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to push my needle through. So this time we're working on the opposite side. So the tail is now on our right side. You want to make sure be careful not to stitch through these stitches because this is our outline. So all I'm going to do is exactly the same thing as I did before and just follow the edge of the loops. So the first row you do will probably take a little bit longer while you sort of find your way. Go underneath the loops of the rainbow. And now I'm back to where I started. So if I turn it back round, we can see now we're starting to get these loops on the right side. So now I'm going to do exactly the same as I did with the rainbow, but from the reverse side, and fill in all of this shape, which will give us a nice dense fluffy cloud. And now I've done the first row, it becomes a lot easier because we're just running along those stitches. Okay, last few stitches. Now we've filled in our cloud. Now if I turn it over, we can see that we've got this lovely fluffy texture of the cloud. So let's get rid of our needle again, pulling up through the needle. Trim off the yarn, the needle to one side. And there we have it, this lovely fluffy texture for our cloud. So you can just repeat this on the opposite side and your rainbow is all finished. And there we go. We've got our lovely rainbow all finished. So we've worked through our different colour stripes, working from the front side. So we've got this nice dense flat stitch. We've outlined our rainbow and our clouds, and then we've worked from the reverse to create these lovely fluffy clouds. So you can really play with textures with this punch needling effect. So thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe so you never miss out on great content just like this.